In this video, we're loading the big 50 BMG for the incredible Hulk rifle that I built right here on this channel using some awesome dies from Triebel. Gavin here from ultimatereloader.com. I had a ton of fun building the incredible Hulk 50 BMG rifle. This thing is amazing. Accurate rifle systems ELR chassis, BAT EX action, amazing barrel blank from Bartline, and an APA brake. This thing is absolutely amazing, and I've had sub-MOA results with belt-fed machine gun ammo. Of course, we have to take it off the belt. This is not a belt-fed 50 BMG, of course. And I previously showed the Ammo Master 50 BMG pack. We're gonna use the press in this video. We've got some amazing dies here from Triebel. So you're gonna wanna check out my Triebel dies in-depth video and article if you have questions about all of the different types of dies that are available. But basically here we have a full-length sizer, which we're gonna use this time. We have a BR neck sizer that has a sleeve. You can see the decapping pin there. I would need to adjust that down if I was gonna be, loading ammo with that. And then we've got the cedar die as well. And what we did with the cedar die was we looked at the different seating stems, and we took these 750 grain AMAX bullets from Hornady. We had a look, and some of them didn't quite fit right. We found one that fit perfectly, and that's installed in the cedar die. So these seating stems are a great way to optimize your bullet run out and to get really good results seating bullets with your ammunition using the same die. Okay, and what we've done is we've fired some cases here that we had loaded. What we started with was primed cases. These are Hornady cases that came primed from Mid-South Shooter Supply. So we took that, we loaded it with 200 grains of 50 BMG powder. We have load data from Hodgdon suggesting that we have a max charge of 233 grains, and from Hornady, we have H50 BMG coming in at 214.9. So those are obviously going to result in two different pressure levels, and don't use any of the load data that I talk about here on the channel without double checking 1, 2, 3 sources of manufacturer's load data. As you can see here, I've got 2 sources, and I decided we're going to start conservatively at 200 grains before we do kind of any load development and check for pressure signs. With something as crazy as 50 BMG, I'm not into taking any risks. Now, it took us a while to put this reloading story together because, like a lot of you, we couldn't get primers. So I found some Ruag primers online, and I bought some of those. And that's going to get us started. When I can find a larger supply, I'll probably stock up on kind of who knows what here. And I have a couple more things to get. I don't have an appropriate 50 caliber funnel, so we're using the Area 419 funnel with a smaller insert here and just kind of holding it on there. I'm using a plastic cup for our charge with the Auto Trickler V4 here, but this load is working really good. So what we're going to start with is sizing and depriming. So this table is not even bolted down. And so as a precaution, because things kind of get a little bit rocking and rolling with the 50 BMG, I'm going to kind of set these down, and we'll take our die. I've locked the ring. Basically, this is a slight cam over setup. And so we don't even have to have the ram up, but we can kind of feel this when we get down to the end there. So that's tightened down. Yep, got a nice little bit of cam over there. These cases have already been cleaned and then wiped with some of the Imperial case sizing wax. And I did a nice generous coating and then used a Q-tip to put some on the inside as well. So this is a whole different ballgame, right? This is the next level, right? And that's what I was talking about. You got to be prepared to bring your game. But there we go. We're deprimed. And we're sized. We're going to want to double check with the case gauge to make sure that we like where we're at. That looks good. Okay, so there's one. This was a case that we have previously sized, deprimed, and reprimed to make sure that our primers were going to fit correctly and all that. This is kind of new territory. I'm going to put a little bit more lube on this. And I'm just Kind of taking it one step at a time, hence loading 5 cartridges here. Interestingly, it's really the popping of that expander ball back through that really takes all the effort at the end of the day. Okay, so we're going to end up with 5 cartridges total. We've got 3 here that we've sized and deprimed. 1 has a primer in it. I got to remember that. Come on, there we go. And 1 more of those. I don't even have a proper loading block yet. I've got some things to get, but we're making it happen. Alrighty. So next, I'm going to get the RAM prime installed on this. Do some priming. Okay, so I removed the sizer die. We're also going to remove the entire shell holder assembly. This is going to go up on top, so we'll put our bushing in. This converts it down to 7/8. And the adjustment of this is not super critical for what we're doing here because I'm going to do this by feel rather than by depth, static depth. Okay, so that's aimed towards me. I do like that. RAM prime goes down here. Really simple to set up. And with a machinist parallel and with my digital calipers, I got a depth measurement on the top of the shell holder with the RAM all the way up. So that helps me to get this set back up for our bullet seating and to preserve the height of the shell holder when it's installed down below. Okay, so that's all there is to the setup. I'm gonna get some primers out and we'll prime. Okay, so I've got my 4 primers set aside and I've got 4 cases here that we're gonna prime. Okay, primer's facing the correct orientation. Now just a little bit of a note here is that we had to remove the crimp from the primer pocket on the lathe. I don't have the appropriate reaming tool. So I literally took a boring bar and just went in just a tiny bit to take off that crimp. And let's see, is that gonna align correctly? Yes, that is. Crimped primer pockets is just a thing with 50 BMG, and so I'll be looking into those tools and whatnot. Yep, nice and below flush. That feels really good. You gotta love the versatility. Take a pick here. See a little brass shaving here from our boring bar operation. There we go. You gotta love the versatility of a RAM priming setup. There we go. Feel that seat. Yeah, you can very, very specifically feel that bottom out. Looking good. All right. Cases are primed. That means it's time for powder. Okay, so here's our cases. This is where a loading block would be really nice. Okay, so this actually goes pretty fast. We've got 200.02 grains here. I'm just going to pour this nice and slow through a 30 caliber opening. And these are really big granules of powder compared to even regular Magnum powders like H1000. These are just giant. Okay, and we're gonna put that back under there. See how quickly this goes. Again, we could add upwards of 30, 33 grains more powder. So this is not a really, really crazy load. We're at 199.9. Gotta wait for a couple more granules to come out. Now, these granules are so big that they weigh significantly more than the typical, oh, we're right on 200. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, so the granules are bigger. They each weigh a lot more than the 0.02 that you'll find with, say, Bargain. All right, I'm gonna rinse and repeat this process 3 more times. Oh, I got a little greedy there. There we go, little at a time. Again, that 50 caliber funnel will help things out a little bit there. Okay, all 5 cases are charged. I'm gonna pull the ram prime and we'll get the bullet seater set up, seat some bullets. So, time to get out the 750 AMAX bullets. I mean, compared to normal reloading, you know, that is insane. 750 grains. Talk about cool stuff. So we got the bullet seating. I'm going to do a visual powder check each time there. So we got the seater set up, and with the length of this press, what we're going to do each time is we're going to go ahead and seat the bullet. And then when we lower the ram, we just raise the sleeve so that we can get the entire super tall cartridge out of there. Visual powder check. Tip the bullet up into the sleeve. Very smooth. I like that. Can't remember. Can't forget to raise the sleeve there. Okay. Visual. This is super fun, I'll have to say. It's just like regular reloading, King Kong size. Incredible Hulk size, right? Each cartridge you shoot, each cartridge you load, it's a different kind of savoring the process. And the last one, got a good visual on powder there. 200 grains of powder. Isn't that insane? That's insane. Okay. So, there we go. It's time to go shoot some of these. Okay, so we're here out behind the shop. I've got my 100-yard target set up there. I'm gonna double up on my hearing protection. Let's shoot a 3-shot group. Woo! That baby barks. There's no mistaking that. Nice and steady. I really like this ARS chassis. Woo! Not too bad. That's fun. Okay guys, I'm totally sold. 50 BMG is just literally a ton of fun. Ton of fun to build a rifle, ton of fun to reload and shoot this thing. And what I did was, I measured that group that we just shot, and this baby comes in at 0.998. And that means when you divide by 1.047, sub MOA for the first rounds that I have fully reloaded. And like I said, with the belt-fed machine gun ammo, I think I had a group in the 0.9s as well. So this thing is definitely a shooter. 50 BMG is not a laser precision cartridge, and we're getting some great groups out of this thing, and it only gets better from here. Big thanks to Mid-South Shooter Supply for helping me hook up with some of these components that were kind of hard to find during the shortage. And if you need any reloading and shooting gear, Mid-South Shooter Supply is the place to go. The Triebel dies have performed awesomely. These things you really have to feel and touch and experience to just really get a grasp on the level of quality. Unparalleled. And if you need those dies, Creedmoor Sports has got those, and a bunch of different other chamberings and cartridges as well. So that concludes this story. The story does not stop here, however. I have all of the parts and pieces now to build this gun, this Incredible Hulk, out as a 375 Chi-Tac. And I'm going to be working with some big names on my shooting when I get that rifle build done. We're going to be going out to 1 mile and hopefully 2 miles. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Look for that later in 2024. What What I'd like to know is, what do you think of the Incredible Hulk and what do you think of my loading setup here? Are you loading for 50 BMG? Drop a comment and we'll start a discussion. That concludes this video, and that means it's time to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, where we've got unrestricted content, and Instagram. Make sure to follow us on all those channels. Ultimate Reloader also has a commercial solutions division serving law enforcement, the military, and the gun industry. We have some unique capabilities, including a comprehensive suite of recoil testing and evaluation capabilities, trigger profiling, and more. If you're interested in custom rifles like what we build here on the channel or gunsmithing services, you're going to want to go to rifles.ultimatereloader.com and get on the wait list. If you want to learn lucrative gunsmithing like what I show here on the channel, including building custom rifles and Cerakote plus a whole bunch more, you're going to want to check out the Colorado School of Trades, schooloftrades.edu. Thanks again for watching.